Okay, are you ready for this? 7:36 a.m. 7:40. Wow. That's 4 minutes of hang time up there. He just stays up there.
You know what we're about then. Or you know, okay.
We filmed the whole show in clips.
Most of this, it's fake. It's not a real podcast. We're gonna talk about made up situations where I'm gonna tell you like we're doing Sigma grind set. I'm gonna act like I'm making $10,000 for everybody that joins my Discord server. That's what we're about.
Yeah.
You completely misunderstood everything from the clips.
We have a testosterone
This is a
crisis
Sigma
in this
grind set.
country.
This is a Sigma grind set podcast.
I'm also faking my homosexuality so we can get more
Yeah, so we can have we call my DEI hire. We're gay, and we're hiding that we're gay so that we could be more alpha.
That's right.
And he's faking that he's gay even though he's straight.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Fear and Podcast, where we have a very special guest, Grammy Award winner, friend of the show, Finneas.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Well, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. How
Thanks
are
for
you
having
doing
me.
today?
Also,
great.
thank you for being here on short notice because
all
I'm
good.
gonna keep it real. We almost had a VTuber on called Iron Mouse.
Okay.
And I've been trying to connect with you for some time now. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to do this last second Hail Mary. I'm going to be like, Finneas, you want to come on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And lo and behold, you're here. You said you
Saved
were
us.
down to do it.
I feel like, I don't know if you guys relate to this or not, like to me, months in advance or the next day is like the sweet spot in my scheduling life. If you're saying, what are you doing in 6 days? I'm much more hesitant to commit to something than I am if it's like, it's tomorrow morning. And I know what I'm doing the next day, so I'll just show up.
It's like a Schrodinger schedule. If it's 6 days out, I don't know what's happening. Anything could happen.
I wish I could have that where like I can schedule something months ahead.
Yeah.
I cannot do that ever.
That's how you have to be with this podcast, too.
Yeah.
I feel like an on-call doctor because I live in the Pacific Northwest, up in Portland, Oregon. And I sit by the phone to wait till we're going to film, and then I get on the plane.
We also have a bit where Austin just fucking lies to every guest about how he's the victim of his own circumstances that he designed for himself. Where we've been doing this podcast for how many? 2 years now with you?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
You've known me for a couple minutes, and you can clearly tell.
2 years.
You can clearly tell the gaslighting is already beginning. Yeah.
One of the main things that we presented initially was like, Austin, you're gonna move to Los Angeles. And he has not moved to Los Angeles for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, he knows how expensive the real estate is. Rich of him to assume that I could just move on a whim. I have a family.
No, you've told us that you're moving multiple times.
That's true.
And also, you have money.
For over a year and a half.
That's true. But it's tied up in mutual funds.
We don't
and
know.
things like
We
that.
don't know exactly what he does. Like we don't know how he makes money aside from the podcast.
Right.
But like he has money.
Of course, he knows how I make money.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I see him, when I go up to the Pacific Northwest, I see him dressed as Eddie Redmayne from the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them movie,
See?
roaming around with a kind of an empty wizard's hat that
He
we collect.
spins a sign for a furniture store.
So I take it you've been to Portland.
I love Portland.
Oh man, yeah.
Look at him, bro.
You've got a Portland energy for sure.
Yeah.
I love it there. Yeah. I think it's awesome.
I feel like you would have made a Portlandia cameo years ago.
Had my
Clout.
short window of clout aligned with that show's window of clout.
Overlapped with Fred Armisen's independent
That would have
Portland
been my
project.
version of being on Dave. Would have been Portlandia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been on Dave?
I was on Dave. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's subtle flex, by the way.
sick.
You just
No,
dropped
I'm
that.
just making the point
Just
of
drop
like
that
that's the
casual.
current.
No,
that was the last 5 years
I
like
know.
cameo show.
Our
I'm
father's
fucking with you.
Portlandia is our Dave.
Our Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is tomorrow's
Fear and podcast.
Ooh, oh, there you go.
Sure.
Wow, look at us.
I
think
Holy
we're
shit, that was a
old.
shot in the dark. I'm
it's
happy
gonna
that
be
landed.
it's gonna be tomorrow's like Bob House. There's no more.
White House fireside chat.
We're not making content anymore. We're not making movies and TV shows anymore. It's just content.
it's over.
So I think that it's done. Where the next meta is going to devolve
Finneas,
spectacularly.
before we get too far into any conversation,
Okay.
I've been threatened by gun violence to tell you this. We have another host on the
Okay.
show that's usually here, Cutie Cinderella.
Have they been ousted from my seat? What's going on?
No, she's just left us for a while to vacation.
I see.
And this is her message to us. Let him talk the whole time. Pick apart his beautiful mind. Austin, don't tell any fucking stories about planes. Hasan, tune down your autism. Will, you're perfect. You can read that.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm so mad. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Damn it.
Wait, why was Cutie Cinderella mad? Oh, that's right, because she's in fucking Utah for the past 11 months now.
That is
She just fucked off
Yeah.
and did a tour of some of the worst states in this country.
well, okay.
Okay, and then landed on Utah, which is all right. It's fine.
Hasan, let's let Finneas.
No, I'm actually not letting Finneas talk because of that fucking text message.
Hasan, let Finneas talk.
But yeah, no, she's
means a lot.
a big fan and is very bummed that she couldn't be here. And
Yeah.
Does
that
Cutie
actually makes-
Cinderella use a government name, or do we prefer that?
We actually, this is interesting. No one knows her government name.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
She's fully alias.
So we call her Cutie, which
Cute.
is like in public. It's kind of I don't know. I feel awkward calling her Cutie.
Because you're
I've
gay?
never even
Look, I'm a gay man, obviously, but that doesn't go into it. It's just the fact of like
I've seen you call woman toots before.
I don't know, just calling her Cutie. I don't know. I get weird looks in public. Hey, Cutie. It seems a little not of the times.
I used to feel very awkward. I don't know if it's like the same in your space, but I used to feel very awkward as like, in my late 20s when I started doing this influencer stuff or Twitch streaming in general, and everybody had a call sign.
Yep.
And you just refer to people by not their government name, but what their screen name is. And I've always found that to be so strange. I'm just super used to it now. It's been years.
I completely agree, and I would say that in the music world, which is I'm more aligned with that. In the music world, you meet Baby No Money's name was invoked before this.
Yeah. We
What's
brought
their
him up.
government name?
Alex.
Alex, right. But like that's a good where like I would refer to them in a conversation as Baby No Money. I don't know that person, but I'm just saying that's how and maybe they're not this way, but other musician friends are like, it's Alex. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm going to call you the name that people are going to understand when I'm referring to you. Like, but that's how it, I'm with you. If I have a friend who's got
Do you have any aliases or gamer tags?
no, I mean, I made,
Let me get the gamer tag.
can't say the gamer tag. 'Cause
What?
Then my Fortnite game will be all fucked up. I don't want to say
My
it.
man takes his Fortnite seriously.
All right, say it and we'll bleep it. We'll bleep it. We have an editor.
Yeah, it's
Stop.
That is unreal. Are you actually?
am I actually
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude. That show rips.
All right, cut all that. Cut all that. He had a hilarious gamer tag.
Yeah,
That's
amazing.
Yeah.
It killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you public about your gamer tags? You stream, you probably have to be.
it's everything's public.
Nobody wants to game with
I
him.
also put like
You've seen him game, haven't you?
I can't even.
Jesus Christ.
What is this attack
I'm not
on my character?
I'm not saying you're bad or good. I'm not good
I'm
at
sure you could
the
pass. He can't.
Pat.
I am. I will admit I'm not the best gamer. There are certain games that I'm very good at, or above average at. But overall,
Like Diablo.
No. I would say
Diablo
from
3.
software games, I'm like above average at. Like I'll cook. Like everyone talks shit when you play games on stream.
Sure.
Everybody does.
And
like,
there's
doesn't
one
even-
where they're respecting you.
Yeah, and but it's kind of funny because like you have professional like esports players, and
Right.
their chat's talking shit to them. So like,
Right, which is awesome.
yeah, where it's like, dude, this guy's like the LeBron James of flicking. You know what I mean? Like you can't come close to him. But I know that I'm good at From Software games, or at least above average, because everyone used to talk shit when I would play Elden Ring. So I did this thing one day when I was like, I posted up and I was like, all right, pull up. And I beat the shit out of every single one of my fans in duels in Elden Ring. Like
Congrats.
32 in a row. But this
You're
is
like
so
Kevin
lame.
Durant, like a guy who has time just to like actually shit on his haters.
This is the lamest thing to admit, but it felt so rewarding.
Empowering.
Yeah, sure. I
Because
get it.
sometimes those comments get to you.
Yeah.
Where people say you're bad at gaming. And
Because
you're
when
like,
because the comment gets to you and you know it's a lie.
No, the comment gets to you when you know it's the truth.
No, but you proved that it was a lie. You beat them all.
Yeah.
Do you let any comments get to you?
I don't. I'm a famously oblivious to the comments. A sort of a common denominator in my life is that like once or twice a year, a close friend of mine will send me a text and they'll go, "I just want to say, what they're saying about you is fucked up." And I'm like, what are they saying about? I'm like, oh fuck, what are they saying? I never know.
You entertain it? Like you ask them?
I'll be like, oh shit. I was like, is it something I should address? And they're like, and I'm like, all right, never mind. I know some of it. I'm not like, I'm in the comments on other people's shit. Like, I'm very much like
Oh, you're being a hater.
I'm a hater, yeah.
Yeah, hell
I'm
yeah.
in the comments. I'm in the comments hating.
On
like
alt
that.
or your main channel?
On the main.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most hateful comment you've written?
I was watching a TikTok skit one time of like maybe a girl and her boyfriend doing like a little like improv-y skit, and I just commented, hard to watch.
That's crazy.
I mean, in all fairness, it probably was fairly hard to watch.
Fucking hard to watch.
There's a lot of hard to watch things. Somebody's got to say it.
That's so tough.
That's wild.
It was hard to watch.
Seeing the check mark and
To
you're just
go
like,
back
oh.
to your streamers interacting and being negative, a favorite phenom of mine is I stay up really late at night and I watch the low jacket potato guys in England.
Oh, Spud.
Spud Man and Spud Bros and
Yeah.
Spud Man.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
what
I
are
need
their
context.
comments?
No, you have to pull
Okay,
this up so that Will has a frame of reference.
It's so English. It's the coldest line you've ever seen in a community square.
in the grayest
In
community
the grayest
square.
community square.
It's amazing.
It
look
looks-
at the color filter.
Spud Man.
Okay, so I'll explain it while we get this loaded. And this guy has a GoPro, a head-mounted GoPro, and he's like, "Right then, what you want today?" And they load the biggest jacket potato, a baked potato. They cut a slit in it. It's steaming because it's so cold in England. They put a full stick of butter in it, and then they put a full cup of Heinz tomato beans and crispy onions and sour cream and a full bag of shredded cheddar cheese. It's fucking insane.
and this is your shit.
So I grew up eating.
Here we go. Look at how gray it is. It's so gray. And look at all the people
This
are
is
gray.
the middle of summer.
Yeah.
No, this is the brightest day in
Okay.
England.
That's right.
Oh
And
my
listen
God,
listen to his banter.
Cheese and sweet corn.
Cheese and sweet corn.
Morning, guys.
Wait. He sounds like
But
a
look at you.
British
By the
Muppet.
end of it, you can't even see the
Cheese
potato.
and sweet corn.
Yeah.
And for you, sir?
Cheese and pork.
Cheese and pork.
So this is Spud Army. I'm not even familiar with this account.
Yeah, we just found like
Go
a
to-
random Spud guy.
Sir,
Wait. This is the wrong
Okay.
British guy.
This is
doing
why I'm
Spud?
bringing it up because
61
all of the
61
comments
years.
on all of them. So like you go to Spud Bros
Yeah.
account, all the comments are Spud Man better. That's all the comments are them
Yeah.
leveling each other's Spud. And there's now a couple dudes in LA that have taken the public IP of
Can
this
I
thing, and they
zoom
have
out
an
for a
LA
second?
thing called Spud Guy LA, which
I didn't even
which
know they
I
ha-
frequent, and all the comments are like, fuck you guys. They're so mean.
I love it. This
I love
is
him.
maybe one of the most talented
That's
guests
Teddy
we've
Swims.
ever had on the pod.
And I'm
we're like,
obsessed with
what
Spud
are you
Guy.
into? And he
Yeah, no,
shows
this
us-
is.
So this is Spud
Yeah,
Man.
what are we gonna
Guys.
talk about? Fucking music? Are you kidding me? This is the shit that we have to talk about.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Phineas, I'm becoming a bigger fan by the
Okay.
moment.
Oh,
This
you
is
thought?
incredible.
Oh, you thought we were gonna talk about like
No,
what is,
Phineas
the brilliant
has got
mind of
me
Phineas.
riveted right now.
Yeah, Spud
Cue
Man, Spud
Cinderella's
Guy.
punching the air.
Will, you have a business.
I do have a business. I sell hot sauce.
You sell hot sauce. Now, what if I told you there was a place to sell that stuff online?
What?
And nobody does it better than my friends at Shopify.
Oh, Shopify.
That's right. It's home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not so secret with Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going cha-ching.
Oh, I'm always abandoning carts.
Yes.
Yeah, I put everything in there and then I get too afraid because it's not on Shopify and I go, I can't spend that money.
No. And you should be afraid too if it's not on Shopify.
Oh, that's right.
So upgrade your small business and get the same checkout. Host, ad lib, host, insert. I butchered.
Ad-libbing. I love selling things. And you got to sign up for your $1 per month trial period on shopify.com/fear, all lowercase. That's right. Go to shopify.com shopify.com/fear to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/fear. What would you sell if you could sell something? Quick, 3, 2, 1.
Penises. Fuck. Sorry. Let's do that again.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
I don't know.
So here's the thing. So this is in Turkey. This is called kumpir. We eat it as well. I grew up eating it. It's actually delicious.
So good.
It actually
You've
is
had these
delicious.
potatoes.
I've gone to Glendale. I've had the.
I will say this though.
Is that how you became a fan originally? You liked
No,
the
I would
potatoes?
sit in bed at 3 a.m. and watch it and be like, that looks.
And then you ate the potatoes.
And it was so good.
You tracked it down.
That's bold of you to say, because I was about to say in Turkey they do it with I think it's called like Russian salad, which is like a potato salad basically.
Okay.
Like they put a bunch of different things in it, ketchup, and little like pieces of sausage that they cut up. In England, they put the most English shit you've ever seen.
I know.
Some of them are disgusting.
When I saw the first couple of videos, I was like, this is ridiculous. And then I went and it was amazing. And it's really good. It tastes a little bit like you should bring Kaya because they're like, you're eating dog food. Like you're eating like a tray of slop.
Yeah.
I'll give my little dog Moose a little bit of a forkful or whatever. But they're carrying on all these traditions. I showed up the other day at Spud Guy LA and they were like
Spud Man better.
and I was like, hey, can I get, and then he starts doing it and then he goes, chat's going crazy now, bro. And I was like, what? And I looked up and they were fucking
he's live streaming.
And I was like, how many viewers you got? And he was like, 80. And I was like, okay.
They're rioting right now.
Okay, so we have to do an IRL stream to the
We got to go to
Spud
Spud Guy.
together.
Yeah, that's right.
All right,
They're
I'm down to do
franchising.
that.
There's one on the USC campus. There's one in Glendale.
Are they all British or are they just
Armenian?
Oh,
they're all Armenian.
And they all film.
Which is like the opposite of being British, I feel like.
On a
Wait, so the
spectrum.
guy with the mohawk is Armenian? Because I saw he pulled up like a Spud guy and he had
There's
like
a lot
a
of
Spud Guy
penis.
LA. Those
Spud
guys
Guy
are
LA.
Armenian.
What'd
And
you get
the
on your
ones I've
Spud?
interacted with are Armenian. Maybe not all
Yeah.
of them. Sorry?
What'd you get on your Spud? What's the Finneas Spud order?
I went and I said, I get cheese and beans and sour cream and crispy onions are really good.
yeah.
Some chives, some jalapenos.
I wonder if the 80 people in the chat went to Spud Guy and were like, yo, give me the
Anyway, then I
Finneas.
take my girlfriend. My girlfriend goes, she goes, can you do less? I don't really want any butter. And he goes, that's basically no butter. He was like, what is this? And she's like, yeah. And then she was like, she's very, what's the internet? She's demure.
Yeah.
So she's
Very
like,
You should have
mindful.
checked her though. Like she has to have butter. That's the
he was
whole
like,
point.
that's basically no butter. And then she's like, that's enough beans and that's enough. She's very sweet about it. And he's like, he's making our whole thing kind of shaking his head. And then my friend who's a Philistine like me gets up and the Spud guy goes, all right, bro, impress me. Which I thought was sick.
And he's like, big
With his
butter.
order, he's like, all right.
Give me a
He's like, all right,
steak.
I'll get everything, whatever, I'll get everything. And then I was like, I don't have cash on me. I was like, do you have Venmo? And he goes, I just use it for gambling, bro. And I was like,
Why
I
did
was
he
like-
volunteer that information?
I go,
a
okay. I go,
fantastic
can I pay you in Venmo? And he goes, I'll gamble it, bro. And I go, cool, man. And he goes, if I win, I'll pay you back. I have not been paid back. There you go.
That's amazing.
I like how they kind of chirp you a little bit.
But that to me felt like they had understood what because if you watch the English guys that are how's it, they're very gruff with the whole thing. So
That's
I thought
pretty
the
good
fact
British
that he
accent.
was I just mumbled, but the fact that he's kind of rubbing you the wrong way is on purpose. Which
I
I
like to impress me.
Bro, impress
Order
me.
quadruple butter.
Impress.
Hurt yourself.
Yeah, just all the butter. Anyway, I digress.
I wish that the Armenian guys would be doing a British accent. like, bro, lad, oi lad, what you want, you fucking spud lad? Yeah, Spud Bros is a great TikTok vibe, and today I wanted to bring up another great TikTok vibe.
Shit, you came prepared.
I came prepared
Wow.
because Finneas, you're all over TikTok. I wonder if you
So true.
saw this deep sigh. I wonder if you saw this new guy that has been going super viral on Twitter. His name is Ashton Hall. Oh, you were gonna talk about this dude?
Send him the video. It's
yeah.
already in your fucking
perfect.
inbox.
I have multiple videos that I want to show you, but let's get started on the one that went viral for a second.
The Patrick Bateman morning routine.
Ashton Hall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The man has titties. Okay, trigger warning
Yeah.
for the folks at home.
He's got some.
Put a goddamn bra on, man. He keeps what
coming
are
on
you
my-
doing? So
Timeline.
Those pythons, though, man. He's got
yeah,
really
this
crazy
video
arms.
went. This video did
right.
insane
That's
numbers
300
on Twitter.
it's got 300 million views.
His
Yeah.
titties are so distracting that no one in this room has talked about the fact that he taped his fucking mouth shut.
oh yeah, I'm
to
gonna talk
sleep.
about that too. I
Yeah.
hate that,
That
shit.
trend is crazy to me.
Yeah,
I
mouth
agree.
tape.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And my least favorite thing about TikTok is that like every now and then there's so many like secret ads, especially with the TikTok
I
shop.
fucking hate. I agree.
And they'll be like, this person lost 700 pounds.
And then it's like an AI mouth on the.
Yeah.
They're like they've modified the Gary Brecka interview to be.
yeah,
It's so fucking
yeah.
annoying.
Elon Musk talking about mouth tape. Like, yeah, I love taping my mouth.
The
It's
only
like-
way I can get some sleep in the White House is this mouth tape brand that you can get on TikTok Shop, and it's crazy.
that was really good.
He's 2 for 2 on impressions.
Oh my god, yeah, that was actually.
All right,
can we
gotta
get-
watch
can we
the
get
video,
audio?
though, Marsh.
yeah,
Pull
yeah,
that
we
shit
got to get
up.
the audio.
Jamie,
and
pull that
everything.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like you were waiting on the Jamie pull that up. It
No, it
feels
just
good,
felt right.
right?
Felt right. 4 a.m.
Now,
401.
Yeah, it takes him a minute to walk
get a totally
outside.
different camera angle.
It takes him a minute because he's got to set up the camera outside. All right,
Yeah.
keep playing.
404.
I need you to pay attention to one thing. He has Saratoga water,
Can we?
which
I don't mean to delay this. Can we go back?
Yeah,
All right.
he's
let's-
got the 408
All
torque
right. So
stash.
all right. So 404. He's
Yeah.
doing push-ups.
Yeah, with the Saratoga water next to him.
Okay. So 417. Presumably
He's
he did
twerking.
push-ups.
Little twerk
No,
sesh.
he did push-ups until 417.
Yeah.
And then what's the next timestamp? Okay. So you spent 5 minutes in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he meditating?
Yeah, he's meditating. Okay,
okay.
you're picking apart like the
Timestamps.
you're definitely paying close attention, which is good.
Yeah,
Because notice how he moved the book? That was a 2-minute process.
yeah.
Like, what is happening there?
He's journaling.
No, before he journals.
That's
he only journals for 2
He looked
minutes.
at it and he went like,
Dear Slam.
he's so ripped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's jacked.
he's so hot. He looks great.
Is it-
He watches. Yeah. Oh,
What do you
sorry.
guys think about
Motivational
in the mouth tape? What do you guys think about the nose opening?
You
thing?
got to do the nose opening.
You're a
if
If
you're
you're
gonna do
gonna
the
mouth tape, you got to pair it with nose magnets.
I
This
can't
is-
do
Yeah.
either.
Because one
I can't
opens
have
up your
something
nostrils,
sticky on my
so you
face.
can breathe from your nose better.
Hold on.
Who's that one?
Have you tried mouth tape?
No.
I can't even do with a mustache. It's so hard.
No, I'll feel like
Have
I'm
you tried
suffocating.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Bro's on TikTok, dude. He's getting his.
I'm on
nose.
tour and on tour. It's like so hard to sleep on a tour bus, and so I
So
will
the
try
mouth tape
anything.
helps?
No,
So-
I didn't find it.
Okay.
It helped other guys though.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they not have mustaches?
No,
Maybe I will try it.
because
I
it
don't
just
know.
it just comes right off. It just can't grip.
Yeah.
It can't purchase. I'd
So
have
it's
to.
supposed
I'd
to
have
help-
to like tape my face like a yeah.
Around the
Wrap
back.
it around.
Trial of
So it's
Chicago
supposed to
7.
help you sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's supposed to make you breathe through your nose.
Dog, if you believe TikTok, it does everything.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
they will literally be like, it improved my IQ. Like they're trying to sell
Yeah.
this thing so hard.
It's crazy.
They talk about how it helps you lose weight, makes you have a more defined jawline, makes you stop snoring, all this stuff.
Nice.
It
It's
cures
just
your bad breath.
Drop
everything.
shipping. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So, but you guys are pro nose strip.
I don't care about either.
Have
of
you
these
ever done it?
things. No.
Is that supposed to help you sleep too, or does it help you breathe?
I think it just helps you breathe, which helps you sleep. I think the Breathe Right, which was the Kleenex brand of nose strip, I think is sort of the same end goal as the mouth tape. It's all to make you breathe through your nose, which is supposed to keep you asleep,
I used to use it when I was sick.
keep you from snoring. The
Yeah.
Breathe Right.
Yeah, I used to use that when I was sick, but it didn't really work.
Just use methyltoxazone like the rest of us. That's the thing that the Afrin.
Afrin,
stuff.
yeah.
Just get
an
addicted to
Afrin.
that.
Yeah, that's what I did.
It's the fucking best.
That's what I did. I've done it. It's the best. It's a miracle drug.
You breathe better than you ever have before.
100%.
It's
yeah.
fucking crazy.
No, yeah, I
And when
love
you
it.
stop taking it, that kind of come down is because you're like, oh, I never, without this
I'm not breathing anymore.
methyloxytosone,
Yeah.
I never breathed that well ever in my life.
Is that the generic name for the drug?
It's something close to
I
what
thought
I'm
it was
saying.
just epinephrine.
No.
Epinephrine.
No, epinephrine's the thing that you push when you're allergic to something.
Like the EpiPen.
Yeah, like EpiPen.
Yeah.
But I thought it was Anephrine and then the brand name was Afrin. Well,
Okay,
you're probably
I don't want to. I don't
Let's
want to.
keep going. Let's go through- let's
Can
get through
we
the
need
end
to
of it.
see more Ashton Hall. So right now it's 4:55. He hasn't done anything.
But
He's
he's
just done
been
like
up for
20.
He's been up for 3 hours.
Yeah, he's been over 3 hours. He's done like 20 push-ups. Okay, and maybe
And he
scribbled a little
journaled.
bit. Yeah, scribbled a little bit in his notebook. Now he's getting a live sermon from his TikTok. He's an iPad kid.
What is?
So he uses Saratoga water to ice his face.
Yes, he puts Saratoga water, which is apparently I did a deep dive on this guy yesterday because he was fascinating to me. That's an upstate New York brand that's like $8 a pop.
Right.
Okay, and I don't know if he actually
So ripped.
fills that.
ripped.
The
Yeah.
fucking traps, dude.
Yeah.
Insane.
Crazy traps.
Yeah, it's really funny because like the part that he doesn't show is just the insane stack he's on of steroids, like, which is definitely. I mean, he definitely works hard.
That's before the video starts.
Yeah,
325 moose testosterone.
Yeah, he's putting it like a heroin addict, putting it through the putting it through the
Webbing
feet.
of his feet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shorts over shorts.
yeah.
Worthy.
No drip. By the way, ass.
Worthy.
Ass.
I thought the outfit looked pretty good.
Yeah, because you have no
Exactly.
My point exactly. This motherfucker puts on the Van Queef and the Rolly and
work
rings to go sprint on a fucking treadmill. I'm so angry. This was the part that made me lose my mind.
But see, when you're that big, you kind of make anything look good.
No,
I
he's
can't believe
sprinting
he's
on a
running
treadmill
in
with
the
his Rolly.
Rolex.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
So weird.
Yeah, why'd you put the jewelry on?
Ooh,
Bro, that's
good
funny.
form.
Wait, go back. This is a very important
How
part.
come he comes out of the pool dry?
Yeah, because
Good question.
Out
no.
of the pool and he's dry.
watch this. He has hang time. Okay, are you ready for this? 7:36 a.m. 7:40. Wow. That's 4 minutes of hang time up there. He just stays up
But look,
there.
he gets out of the pool and he's dry. Dry.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Oh. He was kind to the service worker. A lot of shampoo.
Yeah.
He's really winning me over now.
He showered in the Rolex.
Okay, wait, hold on. Go back.
And the
Go
ring.
back,
What
go
is
back.
with the
This shit is crazy.
And the necklace
The
is
banana
crazy.
peel rub on the face.
Oh yeah,
I've
it's
never
coming.
seen
It's
this.
coming. I've never seen that shit either.
This is new tech.
Yeah, and he eats the banana in a not gay way.
Yeah,
by the way,
he
that was
snaps
huge.
the banana.
He snaps
the
it.
banana.
He does the
Yeah.
kill. He kills it. He
Yeah.
does the humane kill. Of the banana.
Yeah, you can't be
If you
sucking
leave
on
it dick shaped, it ruins the whole video. You
Yeah.
gotta
You
break
have to
it.
snap
He
his
snapped
neck.
it. He's nonchalant. He's doing this. He's like Duke Dennis. He's like, oh man.
Do you guys actually eat bananas like that?
No.
No.
I gag on it, dude.
I showed that shit. Okay, he's back. Wait, hold on. So his girlfriend enters the fray. Now, this is like, now you get to find out there's more to it. There's more lore.
Oh, the
Now,
tight blazer. Is
what's
too-
interesting
is
about
too
this
bad.
is that I think this is a different lady than the other videos. I did a deep dive. The other
Trouble in Paradise.
significantly more pale complexion on the hand.
Wow.
In all of the other videos, and you'll see because
This is
we're
his
gonna watch
romantic
more.
partner, not his bowl, his
Yeah.
water bowl attache.
It is implied. It is implied that this is his romantic partner because he also is a manservant, which I will show you in the other videos. Who looks very cool.
What do you do for a living? I carry this guy's.
I'm
bowls of
his Saratoga
water.
ice bowl attache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already, by the way, if you're keeping count, $32 of Saratoga.
He's also
To
been
his
up for
morning routine.
7 hours.
Yeah.
at 9.
He's been up for 7 hours.
I woke up at 9:06. He's been up
Yeah.
for 7 hours. He's
What?
on the Mark Wahlberg calendar.
This part is amazing because now you're going to figure out what he does for a living, which is he doesn't like fully tell you anyway. And you will never fully understand it because this is the most Miami job of all time.
Sure.
Yeah. He is Miami.
Wait. This is important. Run that back. We gotta
Yeah.
listen to this.
What does he say?
So looking at it, bro, we got to go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
At least 10,000.
At least.
That's a Discord guy. That guy has a
Looking at it, bro. We got to get in at least 10,000.
Okay, minor note.
Fake number.
Minor note. Go back to that speech, the only time he speaks. There's 2 cuts in it, which is
No
No.
way.
Watch.
So looking at it, bro, we got to go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
Yeah, there's a cut there. So he couldn't even say that line.
So do you think I don't like the smashed avocado? I like just sliced, dude. I can't endorse that.
Yeah, more Saratoga water.
$38 of
Yeah.
Saratoga.
Yeah, so do we think he said, looking at it, bro, we got to get in? And the guy said, how much? And he said, at least 10,000. And he cut the guy out.
Now, 10,000 is a number that comes back a lot in Ashton Hall's videos.
I think
Why
he
do
was-
I know this?
I think he was
wa-
ordering a pallet of Saratoga water.
yeah, at least $10,000 worth. What is that, like 10?
Hey, I do inventory for your daily videos. We need enough water to last 3 days.
At least 10.
Well, looking at it, bro, we got to get in at least 10,000 for my 3-day supply of. By the way, that's 9 a.m. He's got another, presumably,
Yeah.
7,
He's
8
gotta
hours
fill
of
the bowl
Saratoga
with
water.
Saratoga.
No, that's what you would think.
Does he go to bed at 5 p.m.?
I don't know exactly what time he goes to bed, but that would make sense,
Yeah.
right? There's a lot that, like, as someone who cares about fitness and health, there's a lot that's wrong with what he's doing there. Specifically, like waking up at 3 and then doing fuck all until 9 a.m. You should have just slept. You would have
Yeah,
had
sleep is the important part of the thing. I agree.
Yeah, you would have had much better gains overall. I don't think he does this every day, but it's really awesome because what does he do when it's daylight? What does he do after 9 when he does the looking at it, bro? At least we get 10,000.
Does he post it?
Yeah, sometimes. March, can you pull up Ashton Hall's TikTok, please?
Austin Show, you've said many times you want to smell like Mount Fuji.
I really do because I love Mount Fuji.
Well, there's only one way to smell like Mount Fuji, and that's Mando's. I told
Oh
you.
my God, it smells exactly like Mount Fuji.
I'm actually a huge fan of Mando. I use it all the time, from their deodorant to their soap. All of their products smell fantastic, and I'm just very on board with it. If you want to smell fantastic too, you got to shop Mando.
Yep, it comes with Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code FEAR at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you.
Now in Espanol.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Let's see what Ashton does.
By the way, while he's pulling this up, Ashton has spawned an entire ecosystem of Patrick Bateman morning routine.
Wait.
Like,
Did you
people-
also send him the other link as well?
I did not, but I saw it.
Oh
Did
my!
you?
Yes, I didn't send him the link. I have it like right here, dude.
Our cycles have synced.
I know. Look at this. Ashton Hall going viral, and I have like the OG version. So that
We've been friends too long. This
Yeah.
is a mess.
So here's
We're both so invested in this
Yeah.
dude's morning routine.
so this guy is the OG. This guy's the OG. But we need to do more Ashton Hall because like
Hasan.
Ashton Hall is a what?
What?
Are we pulling up the video?
Yeah,
Is that the
we
cold
are. I just
brew?
sent him, and also our thing came.
beverages.
Yeah,
Thank you, dude.
you just gotta make sure you open the door from the button over there. Nope. Oh, never mind.
What about Balkan breakfast? You guys on Balkan breakfast?
What's
so
Balkan
Balkan
breakfast?
breakfast is originally a Turkish guy. It's a Turkish dude that eats like a poor man's meal.
He eats like a hard baguette and a tomato and a pepper in alternating bites.
and normally
like a
you're.
deconstructed sandwich.
We'll pull that up in a second too. Like I
Calls
grew
it
up on
Balkan
that.
breakfast.
I grew up on that.
When you say this is this man's entire content.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
does it every day.
Yeah, you'll see why though. You'll see
God,
it's captivating. It's
Oh,
captivating.
he's taking really big bites.
Yeah, it's amazing, and
Yeah.
it is literally something that people like. I eat that when I was growing up. I would eat that all the time.
Right.
But
Bread,
Balkan
white
style,
cheese.
you just take the bites.
Well, not like him. He eats like an animal, but
You'd have little slices of stuff.
yeah.
Bro, I love how you take credit for so many things being Turkish.
No.
Even if they're
That's
not
actually
impressive.
it's actually Turkish.
My man goes, he's a guy who just takes big bites of a baguette and a tomato. And Hassan's like, that started in the Ottoman Empire.
No.
dude."
Well, the concept is called Balkan breakfast now, but like, yeah, the OG is a Turkish dude. I got a regular cold brew, and I have straws. I'll pick him up.
That's got to be the vanilla
That's
latte.
awesome.
Vanilla oatmeal. Single shot. Did you get me regular?
cold brew.
Is it regular or decaf?
Did you just ask if that's decaf?
Yeah, I've been on a decaf.
Did you order a decaf Oat milk vanilla latte.
I did, but we'll see if it's decaf.
No way,
or
it's
not.
decaf.
Just get a chocolate milk, you fuck.
I like the taste of coffee. I've been trying to,
Decaf,
but you decaf, you actually get a little caffeine in it. Not too much.
That's a TikTok fact.
No, it's a Google fact.
Actually, there's still a little bit of caffeine.
No,
You can't fully decaffeinate the beans.
There is. It's like 20, 30 milligrams.
Yeah, but that's a little bit like saying there's,
a little alcohol and non-alcoholic beer.
yeah, same.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you, boss.
That's true. There's a little alcohol and non-alcoholic beer, and there's a little caffeine and non-caffeinated coffee.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Okay.
I wish I could drink. I drink like 1 or 2 coffees a day, and there's a time of day where I can't keep drinking them because then I stay up all night. I don't have it has efficacy, but I love if I'm suddenly talking like Ben Shapiro, I love it.
Yeah, no, that's
I love when my clip is faster and
I'm a crackhead. I run on. I slam 2 espresso
nicotine
shots
and coffee and the whole thing. Yeah, you got the
Yeah,
juice.
doing a Zen while you drink your cold
It's a
brew
coffee
is
Zen.
nasty
You know what my-
work.
It's coffee's in.
Yeah, but
Father
that's-
would talk to you about that he loves that is Turkish is the Turkish barber. That's my dad's fucking jam.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay, there's
Is
so
there
many
and
metas.
can I ask you a question that'll
ahead.
benefit my dad? Is there any Turkish barber in LA?
I don't not that I know of.
Because we go the place where there are the most that we go regularly is London is full of Turkish barbers.
Yes, and also Germany.
My dad, if we swear to God, my dad comes on tour with us as a carpenter, and if we have our tour calendar for the year and there's like 2 London visits, plans his haircuts.
I love that.
I'm gonna get a haircut in March in London, and then I'm gonna get another haircut in August.
Can you put
Turkish
me on
barbers are
what
actually
is-
very good.
What is different about Turkish barbery?
Everything.
Okay.
Fucking everything.
My
It's
God.
it's a full service
It's
experience.
a massage. It's an oil. They're doing the flaming thing that they're smacking on the
Yeah.
ear and burning the hair off the ear. Oh my God! He comes out of there looking crazy, bro. He looks insane.
I had a Turkish haircut, at
And
least
they
I
didn't
thought,
set you
in
on
Germany.
fire?
Maybe he was lying about being Turkish.
Wait, he didn't set you on fire? He must have been a
no,
homophobe.
it was in Germany. I don't
No,
know.
you
Also,
gotta- you gotta
are
ask for the
you
full
often
service.
this short on the beard?
Yes.
Because he's got a
I
big
am.
beard, and I
Yeah.
think that when you got a big beard, they go harder. They have more oils and more shaping.
More
Yeah.
fire
Well,
smacks.
they did at the time. It was longer, and they did like the little curve. Like,
Yeah,
like this.
Can I see some Turkish barbery?
Yeah.
Barbary?
So
Plural of barber?
one of the most famous ones is the old guy.
Loves it.
One of
Sorry.
the most famous ones is the old guy who like will crack your back.
That's
too.
right. That's right.
He goes crazy.
Crack
And
your
He will,
back?
the old man takes your shirt off
Yeah.
and will lotion
What?
your upper body.
Sometimes Hasan,
I think this guy is a sexual predator.
we've played shows in London. I like to ask my dad. I go, "Who'd you put on the list tonight?" And he's like, my cousin Andrew." And I'm like, "Is Baba Barber on the list?" And he's like,
Baba Barber.
Yeah, some of the guys from Baba Barber."
Some
Some of the guys, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get any of this experience
Flaming
in Germany.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? What the fuck is that?
going for it.
What is
Wop,
that?
wop, 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 wop. Boom!
Yeah,
burning all the
it's
little
burning
hairs
all
off
your
the-
little hair, ear hairs.
Yes,
Yeah.
Why not just trim them?
because it's stylish.
True,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
right. Phineas,
No,
you're
and it
so right.
smells awful.
Give me
when you
some
do it.
Does
advice
it?
right there.
Yeah,
No way. Oh, because of burning hair.
Yeah,
Because burning hair
but
smells so
then
bad.
but then he just that's the first one. Yeah, March. That's the guy.
Please
That's the
show
guy.
me more. I'm in.
So this is the old man
Oh,
who will,
hand trimmers.
You got to do the
Yeah, he
sound.
took his
Can
shirt
you-
off.
Can you hit
Holy
the sound?
topless.
he's
The sound, because the sound is important.
yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh my God.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He's watching his iPhone.
Also, least patriotic Turkish man. He's got the fucking Turkish clock back there.
Oh my God. What is happening? Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's something very doing.
He's washing his hair,
in
bro.
the
I love
nature
it.
of a Turkish
Well, and you know what
barber.
else this has to me is that like I'm like a
Wait, come back real quick.
you can't. It's TikTok, dude. It's gonna be so hard.
Slapping his fucking face.
Look at it. Look, there's also a look that he gives to the camera When he's doing that right there, where he's like, yeah,
Because
want
they're
this.
always improving a little.
Yeah.
They're always like, I'm gonna slap him now.
Wait, you were saying, Finneas? You were saying something about Turkish barbers.
like I have
What is he even?
I have acne, so I go get like facials.
Sure.
Oh, me too.
And I think that like my dad and most men of that age have like never considered ever getting a facial ever
Yeah.
in their life. And so the idea that somebody is massaging their tissue and like that they're like, that's unbelievable. I'm like, you can just get a facial. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, my haircut was amazing. I'm like, you like that somebody like rubbed your ears and your forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you go?
Like every 2 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's a weekly facial guy.
Every week I go.
Oh.
Where you're glowing. It looks great.
Well,
We were at a set recently and a makeup artist was like, you get a facial every week? He's like, yeah, I get a peel every week. And he's like, he goes,
no,
that's
every other week.
I
The
think that's
makeup
maybe
artist-
actually dangerous.
Yes,
No,
the
I mean-
makeup artist said the same thing. She's like, you're getting fleeced, dude.
Yeah.
No, here's the deal. I looked it up. I Googled it. And when I found in my extensive research of the AI bot, kicked me back a very,
facials to get every week in the White House.
well, every other week is okay, and it's a light peel.
It's okay.
It's not-
guys.
it's
don't
a-
worry. It's okay.
No,
I only
it's a-
peel my face
It's
off.
it's not. See, when you think of a peel, you think of like a peel where you're like shedding like a snake. Mine's just like
No,
a nice little
yeah, because
quick
you have no
exfoliant.
skin left.
Mine's like a quick little exfoliant, little extraction here, a little extraction there, a little microcurrent. I have acne too. I'm going through
listen.
a phase right now. It's rough. Springtime when the
Great.
when the
Yeah,
season
yeah.
changes, you go through that too.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think you should go less.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But what do I do about the acne? Do I just live with it?
Well, you go as frequently as you can go, and you still have acne. So
Okay.
I don't think.
I know.
I think you can just go less.
So maybe, I never thought of that. Maybe less peels.
I would go. I mean, I have a facialist.
Do you think that the facial's causing more acne?
Sometimes they do. I have a facialist who is Serbian who fucking rules, and she one time said to me when I started going, because again, to empathize, have you guys ever had acne?
Oh, dude, I used to have
Not really.
The whole thing.
Did you do
cystic
Accutane?
I never did Accutane.
I did that.
I never did it.
I've done
I
it.
have
Cystic
I have
acne?
acne now sometimes, but it's
Yeah.
like I have this like one thing that won't go away. I need to lance it most likely.
So I had
Cortisone
cystic
injection.
acne so bad through
Yeah.
here. I used to wrestle in high school.
Yeah.
That my shit would rupture when I
Yep.
was wrestling, and I would wear white shirts,
would
and I would
bleed.
go through 3 or 4 white shirts because I'd have a ring of blood.
Yeah.
So I did this treatment called thermage when I was in my teens, where they passed a bunch of electricity.
Yeah,
and it was
I
like
did that too. It didn't work.
Really, that was like a godsend.
That's
for
awesome.
me.
Yeah.
It was painful.
Yeah, totally.
Horrible.
Yeah, I mean, when you go get a facial and your skin suddenly is way better,
Yeah.
the impulse is to do what you're doing, which is like, I'm going to go do that every week.
Yeah.
And I had this facialist, and she was like, you actually really want your skin to be resilient and like. She was like, every product, a little bit like we're talking about with like the mouth tape. She was like, every fucking product is exfoliate. She was like, your skin should be the way your skin. You're not trying to just like shred your skin and peel
off.
your skin off. You just
No,
want your
you're
skin
right.
to be healthy, and you want your pores to be clear.
You're right, but I can't stop.
I'm telling you.
addict.
I'm telling you.
I'm
you
an
should.
addict. Every time I see something, I'm like, I need to go.
I'm telling
You're
you,
like
I'm
the
looking.
Mind
I'm
Strange
looking at you, and I'm
Addiction
seeing
enema
the
guy.
thought you're about to say. I can see the thought through the skin.
What am I supposed to do? Oh, you can see it.
I can see
it's so thin.
I can see the brain waves beneath the forehead.
Yeah,
I can't stop. You know what? I'm going to take your advice, and then I'm going to
Just
go
go
keep
a
getting
little
facial.
less.
Yeah, just a little
maybe-
less. What have you, once every 3 weeks?
Start with that, then go to 6.
Okay.
Yeah, dial it back a little.
Wait,
bit.
who do you? Let's go. Well, who's?
But going back to the Turkish barbers, one thing I will tell you is that like this is deep Turkish lore, but
He's making it more Turkish.
this is deep Turkish lore. But like, there's
Actually, the thing about Turkish barbers
Yeah.
that you wouldn't know is they're from Turkey.
there's a thing that like there's a joke in Turkey about how like barbers will.
Jerk you
I
off?
feel embarrassed to even mention this. All the Turks are going to yell at me for leaking the state secrets.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you're leaking deep state.
but no,
Turk
they're gonna get mad because
What is it?
the lira is gonna tank even further. But there's a concept called dayamak where the barber will put his penis on you while he's like cutting your hair.
What?
And yes.
So I was right.
So
I was right the whole time.
Will's not off. I don't think think the barbers in England
Where
or
does
Germany
he put his
do that.
penis?
He'll just like while he's cutting,
Like a little parrot action.
yeah, he'll just like.
Did you take the penis out? Or
Is
did you
this
touch
like
it?
No.
Is
He's
this
just putting his.
Yeah, he's just grinding on you
Yeah.
while he's cutting
called
your hair.
diamok.
Diamok.
What-
Which
Wait,
means like
hold
pushing.
on. Is it like is it just something that just happens, or is it like
I guess
in the
enough
service?
Turkish barbers have done it in the past,
That
so
there's-
that like
yeah, there's a term.
so there's like a meta. It's fucked up. It's sexual harassment.
Wait.
It's sexual
But
assault.
Hassan, I need to know: is this like part of the service? Because when I go
No,
to get a
it's not
haircut,
part of the service.
I buy a certain service. It's like, okay,
Are you excited?
No, I don't.
He's gonna demand a refund. I paid $50 for my haircut,
He's like,
and
am
I
I
didn't
not-
get any diamok.
Well, I don't know. It would be interesting to have a cock on your
He's
face
like,
while you're getting.
he's
your
like, am I not hot enough? I'm like, what's
Wait,
going
they put
on?
it on your face?
No.
On your
Put
like
it on your
lower,
shoulders.
lower back. Or your
Yeah,
shoulder.
lower back, shoulder.
That's one way to get a peel.
And it's like an awkward situation because you want to be like, the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, but it's sexual.
But you're in ecstasy.
It's sexual assault.
Now I can only think about his father getting diamok. Hey, you're back. I'm excited about the concert tonight.
Are
they
They do
hard?
it in England. I don't.
I'm
think
gonna ask
people
him
are
if
hard.
he's ever
Sorry, you brought it up.
felt a lump on his shoulder.
I like how it sounds like the Dinmok, the death
Yeah.
punch.
So why
Yeah.
don't you get a Turkish haircut?
I just don't really know if there are any Turkish barbers around here. I eat a lot
If
of
you
Turkish food,
if
but
you find a Turkish barber around, you got to let me know because my
Oh,
dad
100%.
will want to go.
Yeah.
after this, some Turkish barbers in LA will probably hit me up in my Instagram and be like, bro, come on. What do you mean? Help me with
Let
this.
me
work."
set your ears on fire.
Yeah. Yeah. The full service, though. It is a full service thing. You do, Turkish barbers do take a lot of pride in their work.
I mean, it looks sick. It's like a Cirque du Soleil haircut.
That's
I
right.
do still want to go back to Ashton Hall. If
Oh,
we,
wow. You're
got
still
more
oh my
Ashton.
God.
There's so much more Ashton.
Hassan.
I guess we can move on.
Yeah,
if
let's
you
move.
guys
We can do it in the Patreon.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
talk.
Okay. I got a question for you.
All right.
And you let me know if you don't want to talk about this, but I believe it was on your Instagram story. You recently unfollowed a bunch of people. You kidding me? I did research.
not
What are
only
you talking
did I-
about?
not only-
I knew this. I'm
This
a
was
fan.
like I had like the two worst, the two like.
Wait, is this not? You don't want to talk about it?
No, I'm happy
Okay.
to talk about it.
Okay.
I just sometimes like do a thing and I'm like, why did I do that?
Okay.
Yeah, I posted unfollowing spree, unfollowed people, and what I knew when I posted that was that everyone insecure would check to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normally, when you unfollow somebody, you
Wait,
hope
did I make the cut?
you're followed. Still.
Yeah, no, he's
You
still,
did
yeah.
it so gleefully, too.
I
You
was
went,
so
"Unfollowing spree."
so gleeful.
Who'd you unfollow?
Mostly, I unfollowed like Joe Biden's Instagram account, like Instagram accounts
Was
that
he
I've
mad?
been.
Did he check?
He didn't know. The auto pen letter of he was pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly it was like cool houses in Bali, like random accounts that were like followed from years ago that I was like, whoa, sick architecture. But I did unfollow a couple friends
Wow.
who just I don't like the content.
Oh.
Like the
Really?
Damn,
That's
you're cold.
cold.
You're
just like, I
That's
don't-
cold as
I was
hell.
like, I just don't like these.
Did they text you?
Yes.
Oh wow.
There was no reason for me to do this. It was just hateful. It was just cruel and hateful.
Did they? Were they like? Are we still friends?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, we're good. We're good.
Are they? Do they? I'd be so insecure if they.
They were
if
super
unfollowed
insecure.
me.
I felt bad.
Okay.
Felt bad.
So like, what sort of content were they making that you didn't like?
One of them is just like always philosophizing, always like musing.
Now you are specifically calling out individual friends that you unfollow.
And he's a great guy. I really like him, but I
Right.
think sometimes
But not his philosophy.
Yeah.
not his Instagrams. And I
Yeah.
think that like sometimes people, I bet you have myriad people where you're like, I love playing basketball with this guy, and then you see their Instagram stories and you're like, this is crazy.
Yes.
And anyway, so I just unfollowed him. And I'm sort of like happy to be confrontational, so none of it fazed me. And I was like,
I
yeah,
love that.
we're good, man. And then a friend, my very close friend, hit me the next day and was like, what good did you think would come of this? And I was like, to me, it was a comment on like how much stock everybody's put in this. Like I have friends too, like I have friends who are like, whatever, in the public eye, and I follow them on Instagram, and like they don't follow me back or whatever because maybe they follow 0 accounts or maybe
Yeah.
they just are like using that, and I don't care. It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he was like, but people really, this matters to them, whatever. And I was like, do you think? And so the next day I posted, close friends going crazy right now. Just on my main stories. Close friends going crazy right
Do
now.
you even have a close friends?
And my friend wrote,
Why am I not?
he goes, dude, I don't see anything on your close friends. And I was like,
Oh.
so I just posted nothing.
Yeah.
And I got, and it's
You're
like,
just gaslighting
I'm
the
just
shit
gaslighting.
out of
them.
your
awesome.
And so many of my friends who are like on my close friends texted, like responded to it, and they were like, hello. Like
Yeah.
they were all like, let me in. Which is like,
it's nice.
but
that
why
your-
am I doing this?
It's nice that
Who
your
knows?
close friends notice, though. They care.
See,
I think we're just in a period of time where everybody is. What's that comedian, Chris Fleming? I think, and he has like a bit of he's like, do you think you could have survived middle school with close friends Instagram? And it's like, we have made the friendship a more and more fragile dynamic. The Find My thing is, when you like go on your Find My and you see like 3 of your friends at a place and you know nothing about it, and you're like, fair enough. Like,
Well,
we've made it, we've let ourselves know about our own exclusion to such a humongous degree.
it has become in our culture when you get unfollowed.
Yeah,
It's almost like an act of war.
that's right.
It's almost like a fuck.
It's like
that
pissing
son
on
of a-
someone's
what
Well,
the fuck, yeah.
and they every step they're like, all right, fine. You can,
What did I
you
do?
You can mute them, right?
Yeah.
There's so many
Right.
little private
Yeah.
things
Right.
that aren't, diplomatic gestures. you
I've
know?
gotten better over time, but you're just the person that you're describing that would be impacted by this would be me. If we were,
But also like I like to masquerade as a person who wouldn't care, but I did it knowing that somebody would care, and that takes the empathy to know that I probably, you know what I mean? I don't know why I did this.
I don't think about this stuff at all.
Here's the short answer: is I really don't. I don't like. I couldn't ever tell you who is following me or unfollowing me. I'm not. You ever see somebody like look at the likes or the views of their story? I've never done it ever.
Cutie Cinderella, ironically enough, is the person that told me that you were following me.
Okay,
and
there you
was
go.
like, you should hit him up to be on
And
the
you
podcast.
did this when Cutie was in Utah.
Well,
Sad,
That is
bro.
nasty work.
I didn't even. But see, that's the thing.
I'll
I
come
did
back
not-
when Cutie. I'll come back.
to be fair,
I didn't even
she's
do
been
it.
gone
I'll
for
come back
11
for you.
weeks.
Yeah.
She's been gone for 11 weeks.
Yeah. And also, I
That's
didn't
like
even
a-
do that deliberately. Like, that seems like something that I would have done in a sinister fashion, but it was like, I didn't even think about that.
he's actually helped me overcome a lot of these random like things that don't really matter, like the unfollow, because he's so nonchalant about
Yeah.
everything.
I really don't. I really am pretty detached
Do
from
you
it.
do you think it's one of those things where it's like your logical mind is fighting out against something that seems so ridiculous but is so important, like a firm handshake? It's ridiculous, but people put a lot of stock in that, and like especially working in music, who you know and who you're associated with is so directly related to like your success. Like I know so many aspiring musicians that are just trying to put themselves in the orbit of successful people.
Yeah.
And so that unfollow could mean the world to someone who's, maybe getting laid just on the fact that you follow them.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I have getting laid from a follow cachet.
Yes, you do. For sure.
Anyway, the point I'm making is I empathize. I empathize. It's a weird time, man. Yeah. It's a weird time.
But it kind of disgusts you at the same point.
It's super I think the reason I did it was being grossed out by I think that like when I read a book about a very different period of time and there's a totally different social dynamic at play,
Yeah.
and somebody's like, I fucking hated this scene. When I hear about like it feels like our version of a scene.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, I hate this thing
I was
about
telling
it.
them, I think the next like wave of kids, counterculture, punk, whatever, is going to be like
Yeah,
Luddites.
phoneless. Yeah. I completely agree with you.
People who reject technology. And I think as
I have a
we-
cousin who has he's like no internet presence at all.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No traceable anything. It's crazy. Like
Well,
he's had to be there. We have to verify ourselves so many times for anything.
Yeah.
And he's gone all these circuitous routes to be sort of unverified by everybody. And it's like, it's impressive.
I hope that Instagram
Ungoogleable.
is like our generation's mullet, where we look back and we're like, what a strange time. I can't believe we suffered that kind of
I think
indignity.
unfortunately the future is going in the opposite direction.
I
Where
totally
It's going to
agree
be
with
like way more like everything. I look at China and what they do over there.
Yeah.
In terms of like always being on and everything being connected to your like social media account, basically like Weibo's like life over there. Like it's your credit card,
Right.
it's everything. It's what you are, and it certainly interferes with your affairs in the physical space.
Yep.
And I think that's probably where we are. That's the direction that we're moving.
Well,
in.
and if anything, I would fantasize about what you're talking about, but I do think that we've only just crossed over the bridge into people realizing that what they say online does impact their kind of ephemeral physical life. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like the fucking Carla Sofia Gascon, right? Who's like,
Yeah.
what? I posted some opinions. And they're like, you're not going to win.
this was
You're
America.
not going to win that Oscar.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, imagine being the journalist 6 years deep in a Twitter, all in Spanish, and being like, translate. Like, imagine being like, George Floyd.
Yeah.
Translate. Like, that must have been so.
Just running down the hall.
They're just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Go to print.
To be fair, she's Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Right.
From Spain, like a old queer person from Spain. Like it's gonna be and you know white. It's gonna be a target rich environment for the most part. I feel like European.
Target rich environment is crazy.
Europeans are operating on a very different spectrum when it comes to like social courtesy or identity politics in general, at least in my experience. Like old trans people in the UK, which is one of the most transphobic places in the Western world, they still will advocate to call themselves transsexuals, where they're like, no, it's fine, or transvestites even, not transsexuals. Transvestites, like that's just they just got different attitudes out there.
Does Eddie Izzard? I grew up watching a lot of Eddie Izzard stand-up specials. Does that person still identify as transvestite, or are they transgendered now?
I don't know.
Because I learned the word transvestite from watching Eddie Izzard's
Yeah.
stand-up
He is
specials.
ruled.
Huh?
He was so sick. He was
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny. Yeah.
I don't. Did he identify as trans? I don't know.
Transvestite.
That's really
He identified it as
Yeah,
biological
it just
male.
means like, it's the
Yeah.
same. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like,
That's a driven person. You know that they've ended up like running like hundreds of marathons. They did a
Really?
period of time in the last couple years where they ran like a marathon a day for a week. Like
that's crazy.
insane shit.
Okay,
That's
that's
a really
crazy.
driven person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scares me.
It's impressive.
That freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't understand long distance runners.
It's
I
a,
will
it's
say.
a different breed.
Very
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
So in getting to know you a little bit,
Sure.
one thing I found so interesting is when you write your music, or when you produce your music rather, you will find sounds
Sure.
from just things that you hear in your environment.
Mhm.
Like I think I heard of the sound of like a street crossing thing. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I mean, you pretty much nailed it. I feel like, you know, I've kind of always been distracted by cool sounds going on. You know, I was literally, I have like a video yesterday of like being on a hike in Griffith Park and like good woodpecker sound. Being like, that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of percussion in nature, you know, just happening. A lot of like LA, there's always like construction happening on a good rhythm. So yeah, I've just always kind of recorded little videos and audio clips of it. And if I throw it into a piece of music, I think, you know, one of the things that's happened over the last 15 years is like everybody has the same access to the same everything, right? You know, the thing Splice? Splice is like a sample library thing where, you know, it's like TikTok for samples that you can download. There's like most popular kicks, most popular snares.
Yeah.
And they're amazing. They sound great, most popular loops. But at the end of the day, you do have like,
They've been burnt out.
yeah, you have this thing that everybody has
Yeah.
that, you know, I'm not naive enough to think like I'm using this the best way. Somebody else is very musical and using it in a great way. So like, yeah, anything that I have like, well, I'm the only guy that recorded that thing at that point in
Woodpecker,
time,
yeah.
whatever, you know, that sound is, I'm the only one that has it. Let me go use it. So that's
What do you record on?
just my phone.
Nice.
Yeah, my phone mic is great.
Have you ever heard of a movie called Blowout?
No, it's Blowout.
You would love this.
All
It's
right.
an old movie with John Travolta
Cool,
where he goes around recording sound and he accidentally records a murder.
cool, great,
fantastic.
great plot.
Fantastic film.
That's
You love
awesome.
it.
is there like a sound that you hear and you're like, is there sounds that are better than others where you're like, I got to get into the studio right now, put this into something? Or is it just like when you're creating something, you remember a sound that you heard and you're like, that would go
Yeah,
well
you want to
there.
hear a good one? I was in
All right, put a header on this. Phineas's sounds.
I was in Chicago a couple weeks ago, and I'll show you a little video clip of it because it's cool looking. Chicago and Lake Michigan is doing that thing right now where it was like everywhere near the shore was frozen, and now it's all ice cubes.
Thawing.
Like it's all just like really small pieces of ice. And so this is how where's the best camera to point this at?
You can just send it if you
I'll
want.
send it. Yeah, I'll send it. Anyway, that's how it looks. And then it sounds fucking crazy. So it's like a
wow.
rain stick.
Wow.
Anyway,
So that could be in a...
that'll be somewhere in the background or something.
Okay.
That's kind of ambient, but that'll be a nice texture under a synth or something.
You know, I've been thinking about going to China.
Really?
Yeah, but I'd like to get on Facebook while I'm there.
This lead into this ad is amazing. Keep going.
But I like to get on Facebook. But, you know, they banned Facebook in China.
They'll tank your social credit.
Among other things like freedom. So to circumvent, circumvent the obstacles and the social media platforms that I'd like to access, I use NORDVPN.
Oh, goodness.
Right, to watch sporting events, TV shows, films that aren't
Born in Texas.
That's right. That aren't available in your region, and I don't want my data floating around there. I like it to be protected, like my bank details.
Footprint.
That's right. So that's why I use NordVPN.
Yes. NordVPN. Listen, guys, you're missing out on a great product. And I'm going to tell you right now, we have an exclusive NordVPN deal. That's HTTPS NordVPN.com/fear. Try it risk-free. Fear and. Try it risk-free now with a 30-day money-back guarantee.
And we'll see you in China. In this same vein, okay, so I've heard of, you know, when people are producing music, accidents happen in the studio. Like one of the most famous ones when Aerosmith was doing, I think it was, I forget what song it was, but there was like there was some sort of instrument where it broke and they left it in the song.
Sounds great because it's broken.
Right.
Yep.
Have you had anything like that in music that you've produced that you've left into like an iconic song that you've made?
I can't think of a specific, like, this was an accident, but I will say that oftentimes, especially like when you're playing an instrument like guitar or piano or you're singing, there's a kind of a uncomfy, you know, I'm a fine pianist. I'm not perfect ever. And so I'm playing along and maybe I do a thing where I'm like, fuck, I didn't really mean to, that's not how I meant to play that. And then you do another take, whatever. And then you kind of, in your mind, you're like, I'll fix that later. And by the time it's 3 hours later, you're like, I love that thing.
Built into the song.
Yeah. And I think that has a lot to do with like, we overthink everything, and sometimes the thing that was just like the way that you played it then is the coolest, you know, is the coolest way.
Right.
So I'm very like, I'll do a couple takes and be like, fuck, I really kind of bombed that, and then go back and revisit it later and be like, actually, I can replay a couple things, but I like that in general. Yeah.
Other nerd examples of that: Billy Corrigan's whistling guitar and Smashing Pumpkins. He had a cheap guitar that whistled the whole time.
Yep.
And in the air tonight, they played the drums back through the studio monitor, and it sounded better through the studio. And that's how they get that crazy compression.
Or wasn't, I mean, this is a little bit different, but Radiohead, Creep, didn't they not like it? So they were trying to, I don't know if that's a myth or not, but they were, you know, the
best sound on that.
Yeah,
whole
but
thing.
they didn't like the song, so they were trying to bomb it, but then it became like an iconic. I don't know if that's true or not.
Radiohead shit.
I don't know, but like I
The
heard.
song's too good. We fucking hate it.
No, I mean, I don't know. I heard that they didn't like that song, and so they were just like fucking around. And
Okay, my friend David and I, David is a fellow fan of Hasan Universe, sweet guy, close friend of mine. We were talking about, he's another music producer, and we have a thing about self-own music, like music about how much of a loser you are.
Sure.
And we generally try to stop people from writing self-own music.
Okay, why?
Because
I love some cell phones.
Well, okay. I'm glad that I'm bringing this up because generally when we're in the room and somebody's writing it, the cell phone that I'm talking about is usually career based.
Oh, okay.
And that's not like a career based cell phone of like, I can't, my album's going to flop kind of a cell phone. I'm like, this is
okay.
People believe what you tell them. Like people are going to think you're a loser,
I mean, some notable cell phones, Eminem.
Well, okay. But
Loser Beck.
Loser by Beck is fucking awesome, but it has nothing to do with his career. He's just like, I'm a loser. And he goes, I'm a loser. Why don't you kill me? Which is cool and kind of confrontational. That's the line. But Creep is the best cell phone song ever.
Okay.
I'm
trying
a creep.
to think.
I'm a weirdo.
I think you might be.
I think that's like the best
something.
one.
Yeah.
But anytime there's a song that's like, kind of about like the process or something, and it's a cell phone, exhausting.
I also really like "Save It for Later" by the English Beat. That was
I can't sing that to you right now.
re-recorded by Peter Townsend. Save it for later.
But is that a cell phone?
He talks about how he's crying and how he's
I think
alienated.
you're thinking of cell phone as being
Vulnerable?
vulnerable.
Listen, dude, I was watching that guy's morning
Wait, hold
routine,
on.
and now
Pete Townsend from The Who?
he re-recorded it. It's one of my favorite.
You're on the Sigma grind set.
I'm trying to think of like
Yeah.
other really
Yeah,
nasty
cell phone. You broke my heart. Oh,
I'm
dude.
trying to think of other really nasty cell phones. Then you're right. Creep might be the pinnacle of that.
Yeah, pretty great.
Well, before we end this first hour, I want to talk about a man who doesn't get enough credit, but his story kind of went quiet for a long time, and now they're making a retelling of his story with Walton Goggins in it.
Ooh, love
Right.
Walton.
And the man's name
That
is
fool is tremendous.
he's incredible.
Nobody looks like that man. It's unbelievable.
No,
So good.
he's got the best veneers in the world. Paul Michael Larson,
God,
who
he's-
was a contestant.
He's amazing.
Best
Oh my
in the world.
God. He was in Django.
He's in a lot.
He's in
He's
Walton
everywhere.
Goggins.
Yeah.
Yes, he is a very beloved actor.
Yeah. Sorry. I really felt like I was really onto something there.
Anyway, the system is crushing.
Okay.
We all are just pawns to the system. We all create our morning workout routines, but rarely a man beats the system. And in 1984, a man named Paul Michael Larson beat the system. Have any of you heard of a game show called Push Your Luck?
No.
Push Your Luck was a game show that existed in the 80s and then came back.
Press
and was
Your Luck.
very successful, where there was a whammy.
Press your luck.
Press your luck,
sorry.
not push your luck.
Sorry. There's a whammy, right? And if you hit the whammy, that's where no whammies, or
Oh, that's what
whammy.
that's from?
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
The whammy would take your money. But in the 80s, this game show gave out more money.
That Paul Michael Larson?
That's him.
What a
This
face.
game show gave out more money than any other game show. Okay. So let's go ahead and watch some of the
He
opening
looks like
segments.
Orson Welles.
Yeah, he does.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just play here. Just play it.
No
a little bit.
whammies, no whammies. Come on, big bucks. I need lots of money. Come on. Yo. Stop.
Stop at $1,250.
A lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
$1,250.
So
Especially in the
I'll
80s.
give you the premise of the game. You answer
million.
some kind of trivia, and you get a number of spins, and then you use those spins on the board
Yeah.
to get money and more spins, or you get whammies. Those yellow guys, whammy, they take all of your money.
So stressful.
Now, let's go to the middle of this video, please. Go back a little bit. Go back a little bit. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. No,
Wow.
back a little bit. Go back a
God
little bit.
damn.
36,000. No,
Yes.
300 and
36,000. All right, so
36,000.
play from here. Let's watch for a little bit.
and is he press
Stop at $500
Yeah.
and a spin.
plus a spin?
Oh, yeah.
$851. How many spins is it?
He's cleaning. Do other guys get this level of?
No, the person on his left has 4,000.
Yeah.
You have $28,000 more than Jamie. You're going to go again. He's going again. He's
Stressful.
unbelievable. Oh, Michael. Stop for
Okay, so pause,
my
pause,
God.
pause. At this point, Michael has won more money than anyone.
Also-
Yes.
He hit the button and went, ah! Fucking off. Stop. Yeah, he just screamed.
I feel like you can't entertain the delay on that one. That's like hard to. It's hard
So
to figure
I'll
out.
give you guys the odds. You have a 1 in 5 chance of hitting a whammy.
Hi.
high.
25 or 20% chance.
20% chance. Michael has won more money at this point than any person
Ever.
on Press Your Luck ever. And you have the opportunity to
To
pass
bail,
at any
probably
point.
bail every time, right?
So now skip forward a little bit and let's see how Michael is doing in about 10 minutes. No, that's too far. Yeah, get like here. Yeah, let's watch. So they're begging him. They're like, Michael, you gotta stop.
44,601. Will he keep it?
44,000.
3,000.
Oh my God.
1 in 5 chance. He's 20 spins in now.
Jesus Christ.
Skip forward another 10 minutes.
So nobody else gets a turn.
No one, because he's just dominating the
Okay.
game.
Oh,
Every time we pause,
Yeah.
he's on $74,000.
74.
That's like $2 million.
I feel that the guy on the left is thinking, I could get a turn. I could do this. That's what I feel. That
You want to
he's
know the crazy thing? The guy on the left is last week's champion. He won 2 weeks in a row. Michael came in and started clearing him the fuck out. Now, I want you to watch one more spin play. And I want you to
just
watch.
play it. He just
No,
wants you
just
to
play
play it.
from here. Watch Michael's eyes.
851. Michael, you have rolled 31 times.
31.
The odds now are
Put
astronomical.
him at the craps table.
You're
dude.
gonna press again. Oh, 74,851.
Because he has a 1 in 5 chance of
Big
losing.
bucks,
Every time.
Please.
But he's in this flow state.
Stop for
I think he's hearing the melody.
Now pause. I want you to go back. What did you just say?
I think he's hearing the melody.
That's interesting that you said that. Go back to Michael's eyes for a second.
Oh, 74,851.
Now watch his
Michael,
focus. Pause.
Big.
Now he's looking to the bottom left of the board. Michael, for 2 years before he went on Press Your Luck,
God.
set up 6 television sets in his living room
Oh.
without any kind of express purpose. He watched those sets meticulously, day and night, looking for any patterns in any show or anything on the TV.
Oh, not just this one.
Not
Oh,
just
like
any
all these
game
other-
show.
looking for any pattern. His wife was bewildered by his like militant focus. After 2 years, he said, I found
I
it.
got to go on Press Your Luck. I found the pattern.
Michael then watched Press Your Luck for months. He recorded every viewing and he played them back. And he noticed that Press Your Luck had 5 unique patterns in which the lights blipped around the screen. He noticed that if he could recognize those patterns based on if they landed in the top left corner, and went to the next tile, he could identify which of the 5 patterns there were and then accurately predict when to hit the buzzer
Jesus
in order
Christ.
to beat the system.
Still hard to
It was
do.
at this point in the show that the producers noticed that Michael had beaten
He
Press Your
figured out
Luck.
the thing.
Watch again. Look at how far Michael goes.
Bucks, please. Stop 4,000 and a spin.
He's already celebrating before he
Yes,
even.
he knows. So go to the end. Yes.
Oh wait,
Michael
He's got 100,000. The guy on the left has 0. No.
Michael wins $100,000. This is the most that had ever been won on a game show ever at this point in history. He cleans them out and he basically wins
Yeah.
this show. The network figures out what he does and they bring in attorneys and they try and find any way to take Michael's money
Classic.
away.
Of course.
But
Classic.
technically,
They can't. Of
Michael didn't cheat.
course, he just watched it. He
He
just
broke
figured it
the
out.
game.
Yeah.
So
An
Michael
attorney's so slimy.
gets to leave with his $100,000. Now, the sad part of the story is Michael became obsessed with get-rich-quick schemes after this.
No.
Became obsessed. He was obsessed. And bought 6 televisions and had them in his
And-
living room.
Essentially blew through all of his money.
On different things.
Yes, and this is the crazy thing. That airing of Press Your Luck was only shown once
they were
on
just like, we
television
can't.
because ABC was so ashamed that someone got the best of him that they basically like threw the tape
Probably
out after
ashamed.
the
They're probably
initial
also
airing.
convinced that if you watch it, you can
Identify
figure
the
out
pattern.
what he's doing.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I was, here you are. You figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, ABC wanted them to buy 6 television sets the old-fashioned
It's
way.
like that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire guy, right? Who uses his final thing to just call his dad.
Yeah.
Oh, the best.
I'm about to be a millionaire.
I don't have a question. I already know the answer. I just wanted to tell you I'm about to win $1 million.
That's
It's
awesome.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Pretty great. Yeah. All right. I'm going to close out mine with a question. Another friend of the show.
Oh.
Here's the question. It's fucking heady. I said, I'm doing Hasan's show. You got anything for me to ask him? You want to hear it?
Yeah.
I want to know how he imagines us navigating the spectacle of politicization in an attention economy where calling attention to an issue becomes an issue in and of itself. Can't wait to hear the convo.
Jesus Christ.
You want me to repeat it?
No, I got it. No, it's actually it's a great point.
She's smart as fuck.
Where
Yeah.
whether or not you like Palestine is a great example of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you have said about the genocide in Gaza matters almost as much as like the actual issue in and of
Yes.
itself, because in the Western world, especially in the attention economy, we have this selfish nature to the way that we operate online.
Yeah.
And I think what's most impactful, what's most significant, this is something I tell other content creators all the time that want to do good, but are worried about the backlash they might receive,
Sure.
or that if do you donate publicly? If you donate publicly, then Jesus Christ. Okay, if you donate publicly, then are you doing it so that people, that people say you're a nice person?
Is,
And
is it performative?
yeah, is it performative? And what I always tell them is like, it really doesn't matter. People that don't like you are going to find any reason to like sabotage or derive some sort of like cynical purpose out of it. So just do the right thing, regardless, no matter what people say. And that's how I feel about all awareness issues as well, or all awareness campaigns as well. If this is something that you truly care about, if something that you've read about, or you see an injustice and you want to call it out, I don't think it matters what people say about it. As long as you stay the course, as long as you know that you are doing your very best in a meaningful way, you should just keep doing it, regardless of what people say. And I try not to pay attention to the noise, usually on issues like this, because things do have a tendency to devolve into drama, and drama is what like drives a lot of clicks and a lot of attentions in and of itself. How you said something, what your true intentions were, and I think that comes out of a place of selfishness. We can't empathize with people in horrifying situations. So what do
you mean by that? Sorry to.
I think a lot of people, like, I'll give you this example. I'm going to go back to Gaza as well. Gaza versus the West Bank.
Sure.
Right? Americans have no understanding of like entire city blocks being reduced to rubble because they've never felt it.
Can't
They've
comprehend
never
it in their own
experienced it.
physical life.
Yeah, they've only seen like 9/11 maybe, and that's not even an equivalent to what has
History books, war movies.
Yeah, they've only seen it in movies. So, and if they've seen it on television, it's been presented to them as like people who kind of do that over there, and maybe they deserve it, right? Like, look at Syria, look at Iraq, look at Afghanistan.
The messaging of that, of how we're the context within we're shown.
Exactly. So the way that they have no way of conceptualizing the untold amount of pain and cruelty that these people are subjected to, whereas in the West Bank, that violence is a lot more personalized because they're doing pogroms, right? You have settlers that go in, they spray paint a house, and then that means you have to clear out the house. They're going to come in, they're going to throw Molotov cocktails, they're going to drive you out of there, and then the IDF is going to come in and they're going to shoot the Palestinians that even try to like defend their homes. That is a more personalized form of violence. So I think Americans like recognize that as like rabid right-wing reactionary doing a school shooting because they are aware of that. They know what a school shooting looks like. So if something looks similar to a thing that they can associate with, they can internalize that better. They can empathize with the victims in that situation a little bit better.
Do you feel that people in America can even fully contextualize and empathize with school shooting victims? Because I don't perceive that they can, because the reaction is so numb and void of compassion. I feel like I feel like your point is true for sure about our kind of contextualization of war-torn, destruction of civilization. But I look at the ability to empathize with the thing that we should know immediately. We see the, CNN footage of the front of the school with the cops outside refusing to go in.
Yeah.
We know exactly how that looks and feels and sound. Like we've seen it and smelled it. And I don't perceive that most people can put themselves in it.
The fucked up thing about that is now there's like a measurable percentage of Americans
That's right,
who
who've
had
been
a
affected by it.
first-hand
Yes.
experience.
And it's
too.
just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. So there is a hyper normalization that occurs in this process. Shouts out to Adam Curtis. But and that is very damaging to our collective psyche. I think we are becoming more ruthless day in and day out.
Yes.
It is certainly the boomerang effect of all of the colonial violence that we've subjected the global South to that comes back and rears its ugly head on domestic soil in terms of like domestic instability. And you're right, people do slowly but surely refuse to react to these incredible instances of violence like school shootings in the way that they used to. Like you look at Columbine.
I remember hearing about Columbine from my mom. I think Columbine was before I was born in 97.
Yeah.
Columbine was in...
it was definitely before you were born.
I remember hearing about it as a kid from my mom and being so disturbed by the story of it. I don't know what those two guys looked like. Like I don't have any visual. I just heard about it and was so disturbed. I remember Sandy Hook. I remember Parkland. I remember Pulse. I remember... Sorry? Yeah, I remember... Route 96 or the Vegas, then I forget the exact name of the Vegas shooting. I remember all those.
Oh yeah,
I've lost
Stephen Paddock.
After all of those, I've lost all. Like there's so many of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember where I was when Uvalde happened. I don't remember what day that was. Like
it becomes
they don't even make national news anymore.
Yeah,
most of the time.
it all gets smushed together.
Yeah,
and that does have a really scary way of normalizing this kind of violence as well, where we just become more cruel to even one another. And you're absolutely right. I think that it does play a role in making people less empathetic to even their neighbors that might experience something like this. Having said that, it is still a concept that people can kind of wrap their heads around. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
And the reason why I mention that is because this is so alien to us, the idea that like a significantly more powerful military force that is a belligerent occupier that is like bombing you into rubble, like destroying every school, mosque, places of worship. Because that concept is so alien to us, we can just like kind of hand wave it away. And that is the reason why I think a lot of people don't think about the impact, the impact that it has on humanity, and therefore focus on like the attention economy side of it all. So I think what's important is to remember why you are trying to bring awareness to an issue and continue protesting, continue advocating, and try to offer as much.
Don't sweat the stuff that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, and because look, I get targeted pretty viciously for my opinion on this issue and every other issue, really. And the reason why I don't let it get to me is because I'm thinking about, on the other side, the people that I do talk to that live in Gaza, right? The journalists that I talk to in Gaza, the influencers that live in Gaza that are going through tremendous hardship, like that are experiencing a genocide, all the people that I've interviewed, and I do it for them. I think about them, and it makes me very angry to even entertain the notion that like this is hurting someone in the Western world's feelings, right? Like someone in America is getting their feelings hurt because of what I'm saying that is like objectively true facts about Israel's conduct in this genocide. I think it's disgusting to bring it back to like how you personally feel in this process. But that is what helps me recenter my focus on the issues that matter and speaking out about it.
Thanks for that answer. I really appreciate it.
Hopefully that was good. We normally don't do any politics on the podcast.
I asked.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. But
this was a varied episode. We went from Turkish
Spud
barbers
guys.
putting their wieners on to school shootings.
I also have to pee. So
Phineas,
Perfect.
before you pee,
So sorry.
you have an incredible vibe. You are such a fun person.
Well,
to
they
hang
said
out
I
with.
had an incredible vibe.
Yeah,
So.
no, I mean, listen, you really won me over with the spud, guys. I gotta tell you, Phineas, thank you so much for
Hey,
being an
thanks for your
incredible
time,
guest.
guys.
Do you have anything that you want to
Plug?
I mean,
No, I'm all good.
okay.
Fun to be here.
He's like, do you know who the fuck I am?
All right, everybody.
Thank you so much.
We're going to continue the podcast on the paywall at patreon.com/fear, and you can subscribe that way. You can fund March and Austin and
Excuse
their
me, I have other
lifestyles.
revenue streams. Don't let him.
Wow.
Especially March has other revenue streams. Not sure about
Yeah, how do you
Austin.
think he's paying
I'm
for
an
these
adult
fucking
performer.
Yeah. Okay.
peeling all the skin off of his face every
Yeah.
6 days?
Yeah, you can fund Austin's facial lifestyle.
Bye, everybody.
But we'll see you behind the paywall. Peace.
Listen, when I'm just hanging on by my fingernails, I look at this little guy, and,
Oh my God.
and there's just more in the tank.
So is it just a robot wheels, or do you think the dog just sleeps like that with the?
His back legs are paralyzed, Austin. What the
I don't know. Hold on. Well, hold on, Will. You're assuming that.
Leave it to Austin to ruin a beautiful moment.
No, I've read the fucking
The
story.
dog could be a double amputee. I don't know. They're paralyzed or not, right?
Why would you call them robot wheels?
Oh, I'm sorry. The dog's
Like
gonna be
he's a
so
fucking
offended.
transformer.
I'm sorry. I was insensitive.
Wild.